I am going to be doing a refresh on my hair with two different products, one on each side.
On the right side, I'll be using NoFrizz10 Detangle and Define Refresh Liquid. And on the left side, I'll be using NoFrizz10 Mandarin Orange Enhancing Hairspray.
This Define and Detangle liquid is so good for kids, getting them ready in the morning and refreshing their hair, curly or straight. Of course, this hairspray is brand new and it's already a top seller this month. This is made with Mandarin orange juice, guys, and it's got a very light scent. And I also use orange blossom water, which is great for pH balancing, closing the cuticle, and it enhances the curl. These have been probably my most popular products besides the conditioner. These are really fun. You guys are creative too. I even had one lady who mixed her hairspray in with her gel instead of using water to emulsify it into her hand. And I thought that was such a smart idea. Okay, so basically with my hair today, I have run my fingers through it a little bit. And if you look up close, it's kind of frizzy because it's a little separated and the curls are a little crazy because I slept on them last night. This one's a little flat. Oh, I was just running up the stairs. Okay, and I'll show you the back. Okay. All right, so let's get started. With the refresh liquid, we're just gonna pump some of it into my fingertips like that, and it doesn't drip through my fingertips. I know it looks really runny, but it stays in your hand, so that's good. You just run it between your fingertips like this, and then you just gently kind of either comb through slightly or rake through, or kind of coat. I usually do a little bit of both. If it's hairs on the top, I'm going to be a little bit more particular and probably twirl a couple of those. Obviously, where the curls have gotten straightened out, I'll need to reshape them. So let me reshape this part. And I think I'm just going to get one whole pump here and go to town on this to make sure it's really nice and smooth. And don't forget the ends. And then I'm going to just a little bit of twirling there. So this Define and Detangle Refresh Liquid is very slippery and it will offer a little bit of moisture to your curls and lots of shine. It has a little bit of hold to it, so once it dries there'll be a slight cast and you can easily crunch that out if you want, or just kind of leave it. It depends on what you want. This is just going to be a natural look today, nothing too fancy. I'm just letting these curls do what they're going to do. Right here in the front, I need a little bit of reshaping as well. So I'm going to make that more saturated. I have a couple of dry patches here and more rough hair that this is naturally the way I am down underneath here. So I usually need a little extra product at this part here at my neck. Another thing that's kind of fun about the Detangle and Define Refresh Liquid is that you can ask for a customized scent on my website at NoFrizz10.com. I like to make mine an orange scent. It just kind of brightens me up and makes me feel happy. A couple others that you can choose from or that you can mix together, and so then that makes it a fun way for you to customize that. Alright, I really don't want to spend any more time on this. I'm using plenty of product. You can see how many pumps I've done. Alright, just a little bit in the back. Well, nobody really wants to take longer than that to refresh their hair, right? I have a lot of hair and so it sometimes takes a little bit more time than I want, but for today that's fast. Now, because I don't want to encourage frizz, I am trying not to really scrunch this. Sometimes when your hair is partially dry and you go and scrunch it when you refresh, that's another reason why we get frizz. Sometimes I'll kind of carefully maintain the hair at the top and shake the bottom, or coax my hand into that without letting it rub up on any other parts of my hair. You know, a little bit more like that, and that helps get that volume without making it too crazy. You know, don't just start going like this or it'll really get crazy. Okay, on to the other side. I usually just rub this into my hands. It's not going to hurt your skin or anything. Just a little bit of lotion. Okay, so this hairspray. Let's use this. I have my own bottle here, my little tester. It's the same product though. Alright, so first off, I am going to spray this on my fingertips and kind of coax it through similarly to the way I did it on my other side, because I want to get some moisture back into my hair, and I don't want to just have it instantly freeze on me, meaning, you know, get hard right away. Like I say, the enhancing hairspray is not a real hard hold, but if I just did a quick light mist over all of this, it's just going to lock all that frizz down. It's not going to actually improve the curl. So I do want to make sure it's saturated if in fact I'm going to use it as a refresh, if that makes sense. I did about 3 to 5 pumps in my fingertips, and I'm just coaxing it through to smooth some of the frizzy areas. Similar technique as on the other side, saturating it and twirling a little here. I know it's not wet enough, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it like this in my hand. Make sure it really gets saturated, because as we know, to have frizz-free refreshes and not stringy hair, we need plenty of moisture, right everyone? There, because that's going to clump together a little bit better now and reactivate the curls. This has just a little bit of slip to it, surprisingly. It's very nice, and it doesn't dry so fast that you can't work with it. Obviously, I'm able to take my time. Let's work on that section right here. Okay, I'm going to spray this right on my head. Give it a nice coating underneath and smooth that down. And then a little more right here. Almost done. I think I'm going to let this air dry instead of diffusing it today. Make sure you get those ends about the same moisture level as on both sides, so that it will be kind of a comparable refresh here. Took about the same amount of time, I think, on both sides. Don't forget your roots, right? So they get a little more curly too. Okay, I definitely have gotten all the frizz down. Scrunch a little. Looks about the same here. For now, we'll see once it dries. We don't want it to dry too flat. Okay, let's see what the back looks like. Oh, this always happens. My curls go sideways and they need to be fanned out. That's one thing about hair that is really hard for me, and that is that it doesn't always lay perfect. I feel like everything has to lay in just the right place. And then I'm going to let this dry and I will be back. Okay, so I got my teeth brushed and I went and checked on the baby, and I don't know, maybe it's been 10 minutes, and my hair is already dry. Pretty much, yeah. So when you do a refresh in this way, using a fairly small amount of product, and you don't have to wet your hair first, it does dry really fast. So that's a great thing. Looking up close, you can see that there's still definition. I haven't gone through and scrunched this yet or anything, but I wanted to tell you what it felt like. They both feel similar, although I do have a tiny bit more hold on this side where I use the hairspray. So that's a good comparison. Now, in order to scrunch it out and kind of fluff it up, I'm going to just kind of do a, I don't know, ponytail scrunch. I guess that's what I'm going to call it. And this is how you can scrunch out the crunch. You just grab your hair in a ponytail shape like this, and then you literally just squeeze it all the way down, and then that takes out the crunch. And then I'm going to go ahead and just fluff it a little bit anyway. There's not hardly anything for me to scrunch out. But this is going to help maintain the health of my hair in between washes. Got a couple of ringlets there that are big, so I'm pulling those apart. And fun. Yeah, that brought back some of the curl and kept some of my definition, and I've got, like I say, some of that moisture and nutrients in the hair so that in between washes it's keeping it healthy. Let's see what the back looks like. A little bit curlier now, especially up here at the roots and stuff. I would love for you to try them. Available at NoFrizz10.com. Subscribe to my channel, guys. Click the notification bell because I'm going to be doing little videos like this more frequently. Remember to comment below if you have any other questions. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.